President Trump signed 2 executive orders that target public schools. One would prevent schools from recognizing transgender identities. It would prevent schools from teaching about concepts like structural racism, white privilege, unconscious bias, and threatening their federal funding if they do so, all the while emphasizing what Trump calls a patriotic education, which also means not teaching parts of American history to American children. Another order would prioritize federal funding for private voucher schools. Again, your tax dollars going toward private, usually religious schools, often for families who have already been able to afford the vouchers, but now you will pay for a private education. Trump and others, they tend to cite lower test scores in public schools as a reason for wanting to move resources. They conveniently forget to remind folks that they're the ones who have made public schools suffer through what is now decades of underfunding. And that's by design. You know, private religious schools, they are not better academically by any measurable standard. Time and time and time again, this has been proven. They're not worse. They're not better. They're different. They're a second school system. Can Wisconsin taxpayers afford 2 systems funded by your dollars? But private schools can do more picking and choosing of who they accept and who they exclude, what you can teach and what they don't teach. Some might call it indoctrination. But regardless, it sounds a lot like big government to me when big government is dictating that you must teach patriotism, but you cannot teach the things that have made our country what it is, including our struggles, including our missteps on our way always toward becoming a more perfect union. So what are Wisconsin lawmakers doing about this? Well, Republicans control the Senate and Assembly and have shown no indication that they're going to make up the shortfall in funding our public schools. So what are they proposing? Well, let's see. For one group of lawmakers, it's about requiring public schools to display a sign that says, "In God We Trust." Put that on the walls of the classrooms. The 3 legislators who are putting the bill out there want all public school buildings to have that sign up on 11 by 14 paper by the 2026-2027 school year. That's their answer. Look, it could be worse, and it is. Here's another Republican bill that's been introduced that says we need more armed teachers. We need more loaded guns in classrooms. And also provide grants to schools to improve building safety and staff training. So a lot of money for, metal detectors and putting police officers in schools and all kinds of things, because that's easier for a politician than actually doing something about America's gun crisis overall. So arming the teachers is the way it would be done. In both cases, the "In God We Trust" sign on the classrooms and the arming teachers both are sponsored in part by Senator Corey Tomczyk of Mosinee. This second bill would allow teachers with a gun license to carry firearms on campus if school boards adopt a policy saying that it's allowed. I don't even know where to go on that, because I feel like the best thing I could possibly do to react to this is to say their answer to school shootings is to put more loaded guns into classrooms with people who are not law enforcement officers and do not undergo regular training in our schools. So I guess maybe in God they'll have to trust, because we certainly can't trust some of our lawmakers to keep our kids safe or to give them a properly funded, thorough education.